Hello. My name is Nyescia, and today we are going to be talking about First Comes Love, chapters 8 through 14. Usually I will just do like 3 chapters or 4 chapters at a time, but I decided to just go ahead and do 8 through 14 to call it a day. I'm going to give you like my opinions on 8 through 14. They are going to be spoilers. So if you don't want to be spoiled, just go ahead and you could play it. If you have VIP, you could play it. But if you don't, you could watch somebody else play it. I know I watch Welcome 23 play it because he has VIP. And so, yeah, I watch him play it. But anywho, if you haven't seen my other 2 videos on First Come Love, you can watch them if you want. But basically, I give you the recap. Um, you play Jody. Jody is in love with Blake. Blake can either be a man or a woman, I think. Um, But yeah, you are in love with your best friend from college, Blake. Turns out he has a girlfriend. Of course, you try to get in the middle of it and try to make him see that you are the right one for him. Because Jody and Blake made a pact that they wasn't dating anyone when they turned 30. I think when Jody turns 30, then they would get married. And Jody has been secretly pining for her best friend instead of just telling him the truth to begin with. So, and of course, 1 through 7, you go through 1 through 7. Again, you go through what you go through. You get to know Rebecca more. You could either try to help her out, or you could kind of sabotage her a bit. I know you could get close with Blake with diamond choices, and you could flirt with him without diamond choices if you don't want to spend diamonds and things like that. And of course, I think around either chapter 4 or 5, at the end, Rebecca knows that you are in love with Blake, and she's like, yeah, you ain't gonna get my man and stuff like that. So she's doing everything in her power to like have a long time with Blake and to let Blake know that that they should belong together, not you. So of course that kind of puts you and Lino, because Lino, he wants you and Blake to get together. Him and his wife Felicia wants you and Blake to get together because they already knew that your character Jody is in love with Blake. So with that in mind, we get to chapter 8 through 14, and basically in chapter 8, I gotta remember what happened in chapter 8. I wanna say, dang, I may have forgot that quick what happened in chapter 8. But I'm just gonna tell you all the things that I remember. Basically, from chapter 8 to 14, you meet new people while you're on your vacation. I want to say 3. Yeah, I want to say 3 of them. One is a girl, one's a guy, and the other one is another guy. And he is attractive to Jody, and Jody is attracted to him, and of course Blake, he doesn't like what he sees, but you can either flirt with the guy. You can either flirt with the guy to make him jealous, or you don't have to, and things like that. But I think at the end, at the end of chapter 8, you end up going on a date with him, but Blake decides to make it a double date. Chapter 9, y'all go on this double date. The guy that was feeling you, he knows that you already have feelings for Blake. He could tell from the jump. So, of course, that ship sail. You, like, he says that y'all could be friends and things like that. But yeah, chapter 10, you go on this wine tour with Lino, and it's a couple wine tour. And yeah, it's a couple wine tour, and so yeah, you go on that, and of course you sneak time to spend time with Blake and things like that. It gets heated. You could tell that, like, Blake, like, something about him. There's a switch about him, especially when it comes to the Ryan tour, because when you do the I think you go down the I think either you go down the basement and stuff like that, and y'all do this little, like, secret Ryan tour thing where he blindfolds you and stuff like that, and you can either eat out of his hand and stuff like that. And, like, I know when Locum did it, he chose to eat out of Blake's hand, and something about, like, him changed, especially when it came to, like, the wine, when the wine tour was over. Then you had the camping. Y'all went camping and things like that. And I went camping because I think there was something happening. I think I feel like I was going stargazing. Yeah. I think something was supposed to happen, and that's the reason why I was staying up. Either like a wishing star or something was going on. And you and Blake end up being the only ones that stayed up, and y'all end up falling asleep in each other's arm. Of course, Rebecca doesn't like that, so Rebecca gets angry, and, like, she tells Blake that she wants to move in, and Blake's like, no, I don't think so. Like, going too fast, because, like, and throughout this, like, everything that Rebecca has said is, like, the opposite of what Blake wants and things like that. And of course, her and Blake break up. And so chapter 12 is you and Blake go on a hike and stuff like that. Of course, you get flashbacks and things like that. And then at the end of that, you end up kissing. You end up kissing Blake. You and Blake end up kissing passionately and things like that. And then he leaves because, like, again, like I said, him and Rebecca just broke up. So then chapter 13, you, Blake, Lino, and Eve, y'all go to Zipline. And of course, this is the moment where this is like the chapter where you talk to Blake about the kiss and things like that, and what you see, like, what's going on and things like that. You talk about, like, what's going to happen with your relationship and things like that. And then at the end of that chapter, y'all decide to, at the end of that chapter, y'all decide, to go on a date that's really not a date, because Blake didn't call it a date. And so chapter 14, y'all go on y'all date that's not supposed to be a date, but in my opinion, it seems like a date type of situation. Y'all have fun, but Rebecca comes back in and says she wants Blake, and Blake is saying he's not sure. And then you just, like, look at him like, you're not sure. Excuse you. And so of course, Jody, she leaves, and then Blake chases her, and then, like, they have their little, I don't really call it heart to heart. They just have a little moment that could be heart to heart if they continue to talk, but they didn't. And all he says, and then at the end, Blake says, like, he wants to go on this big hiking adventure, and the person that he sees on this hiking adventure is basically your character, aka Jody, and that's what happening with between chapter 8 and 14. Now, what I have to say about it and what's my opinions and thoughts on it. Um, Again, I kind of roll my eyes at this book because I don't understand where this book is going. First of all, I'm thinking like, one, is this going to be a standalone book, or is this going to just be a book series? Now, if it's going to be a book series, I can understand what's going to happen because, like, because it's called First Comes Love, so I'm thinking that like this is a book series because it's like First Comes Love, and the second book is going called Then Comes Marriage, and then the third book is gonna be called Then Comes a Baby in the Baby Carriage. And so, I'm sorry, but that's what I was thinking. I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure they probably not gonna go that route. But I'm just saying, if this is a standalone book, I don't really care for this book. I kind of want them to basically go back to the books that have series. If I'm being honest, like Blaze of Shadow and Light, um Crimes of Passion. I know that has a book too. I want them to get back to like the book series and stuff like that because I don't really care. If I'm being honest, I don't really care about standalone books that much, especially books that I'm thinking like, I I just don't, because like when you have chapters, and not only chapters, but you have every other romance. Yeah, you have every other like interactive story game that have romance like this. Um, yeah, I really, it's one of these books. It's like, yeah, it's alright. Like it's alright to watch people play it, but when you play it, yeah, I would just get bored easily. Like I'm gonna be completely honest, because I'm more like because I'm more like, if you don't tell him from the jump and things like that, that's what type of person I am. I'm not really I'm not really with the whole like trying to your win the love of your life when he didn't really know he was the love of your life. And it just seems like that y'all don't really have a conversation. To be honest, this just seems like one of these cheesy romance novels. Like this is what it's giving me. It's giving me a cheesy romance novel, a cheesy Lifetime movie, or a cheesy Hallmark movie and stuff like that. This is the vibe that's giving me. Yeah. I'm not going to give any recommendations yet, um, because I'm waiting till this all ends before I give you that input. And how many stars I give this? Yeah, I'm not going to do that uh until like until this whole book is over. So yeah. That's all I have to say. If you have anything you want to add, please comment below. Let me know how you feel about it. Do you like this book? Is this up your alley? And things like that. Just let me know. Um, if you want to, you can always like, subscribe, and share if you want to. You don't have to. But yeah, until next time, see ya.